Hello and welcome everybody to today's video. Welcome to the Vee Academy. My name is Crumbrion, Professor Crumbrion, if you would. And today, we're going to be taking a look at a wonderful game that we played on Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. And be happy to get your reactions to it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you want to follow me and watch games in real time, check me out on twitch.tv/Crumbrion. For now, let's go check out the game. Thanks for watching.
3, 2, 1, go!
Because this, I think, was this was a pretty solid. So we open here with a mulligan. Unfortunately, pretty decent hand to start the game, but we had 2 mulligans. So we're giving our opponent 2 extra cards, which is not something we want to do. We immediately know that it's Greninja Pidgeot, right? And our opponent is going to have insanely good luck for the first couple of turns. So we already see that they're playing Ignition Energy. They throw away a Pidgey. This card here is going to tip me off as to what is in their hand. So they're Ultra Balling right now. They threw away a Pidgeot. They threw away Ignition Energy. So number 1 tells me that they already have a way to get Ignition Energy in their hand. They grab Pidgeot, which tells me they have Rare Candy in hand. They attach Energy to Froakie. So what we don't know is what they're going to play later in the game. They were planning on Rare Candying for Pidgeot and then using a Stadium to get Greninja out next turn. So we get to Artisan here because we're basically in dire mode. We have to stop the Rare Candy play, so we have the energy in hand. We have Budew from the Artisan. We want to get Ralts down, so we have to sacrifice the Gardevoir here to toss the Gardevoir with a Secret Box, unfortunately, but we have to get Buddy Poffin. I was thinking about getting TM Evo at this point in time. We see that the TM Devo is prized, which is unfortunate. Bravery Charm is going to go on to Budew, though, because they can try bouncing to knock out our Budew. Very easy knockout on Budew, so we don't want that to happen. We Bravery Charm the Budew, put down 2 Ralts, and then we hit them with the Iono. So we know that their Rare Candy is gone now. We know their Pidgeot is on the bottom of the deck. And we know that the potential way to get their Ignition Energy is also gone as well. So now we're going to item lock them here for a turn. We get the... we get like an okay hand, right? We're in a situation now where we have TM Evo in hand now. We have Kirlia, so we are in a situation where we can, if we get energy, we can go ahead and TM Evo and get Gardevoir Kirlia out, right? That would be ideal. We're going to get item locked here, so we can't use Arven. So they're going to go ahead and they have Hilda here. So they're grabbing Frogadier and Ignition Energy. So now we know, all right, time is ticking here. If we don't get this Gardevoir out this turn, we're going to lose it. We're going to lose everything next turn. So our only choice here is to use Arven to try, or sorry, to use Research. So we have to throw away both of our Arvens, unfortunately, or this is a lot to lose. Bring another monkey down. This is a lot for us to lose here. So we hit Team Evo on one of the monkeys. We have to research this hand, unfortunately, because we can't have access to, we don't have access to items because Budew has locked us out. We needed energy. We get the energy down. We're going to attach a Psychic to Monkey here so that we can use TM Evolution. Unfortunately, we drew our last Gardevoir, so we don't get to have a Gardevoir in play this turn. We did have a Gardevoir in the discard pile where item locked, so we couldn't Super Rod, we couldn't Ultra Ball to Ultra Ball the Guardy into the discard pile, then Super Rod them back in. We unfortunately get screwed. We have no Gardevoirs available. Very good chance that they have Greninja here. So we're going to be playing, like, at this point, I realize we have to win this game without Gardevoir, because for the rest of the game, we're never going to have Gardevoir in play for the rest of this match. They go ahead and get Greninja down. And then they're going to Artisan for Skulls. So now we know we're actually in a really bad situation, because now they can go ahead and use Skulls to start getting damage around the board here as well. They're just instantly going to take out our Kirlias for free because of the Ignition Energy. At least we have access to items. It's really, like, at this point, we know that we're fucked. Like, at this point, we know that we're screwed. So Super Rod is at least going to... I think at this situation, I probably could have Ultra Balled and got the Guardies back in. I don't know. I don't know what I should have done differently here, but we get the Ralts Kirlia Ralts back. We did have another Ralts in the discard pile. I probably should have Super Rodded a Gardevoir there, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways because we knew we weren't going to get access to Guardy this game. So we get a Ralts down. We Ultra Ball for a second Ralts here. And then we have to research the Guardy away because we know that we're not going to be able to use it no matter what we do. So Ultra Ball is going to get rid of Mew and Clefairy because those are just going to be liabilities with Dusknoir. We determined that neither of those are going to be the win con because they're playing Dusknoir. That's just an easy 2 prizes if they combo those together. We don't have the energies to attach to start setting them up for attacks, so it's just going to take too long. We need to just basically attack with Munkidori at this point is the situation that we're looking at. So we want to thin our deck out from energies as much as possible, have as much energy in our hand as possible. And then we hit Mind Bend and Confuse for 120. Push 10 damage over to the Budew here. And so we're more or less relying on our Munkidoris. We want to preserve our Munkidoris here as long as possible. So again, they just have a Rare Candy into Dusknoir without tutoring, without anything. They just literally have it from their top deck. They go ahead and take out one of our Ralts, which again, a dire situation for us right now. Very not good situation for us. It does give us a prize, which gives us a research. We get more cards in hand, which is fine. They're going to Artisan for a second Froakie, and they're going to Night Stretcher their Skull back here as well. So again, they're going super heavy on the Dusknoirs. Understandable. And then energy goes down into Froakie here, and then they're going to slap down a Boss's Orders literally out of nowhere because they just had it. Boss's Orders comes out, up comes Ralts. So again, if they hit heads here on this confusion, we're kind of in a bad spot. They do hit tails, which means like, we're not in a situation where we're ever going to be thinking that Gardevoir is coming into play. So having Ralts and then evolving to Kirlia here means that our opponent's going to be hyper focused on this Kirlia and give us a chance to still win this game just off of the Munkidoris because they have 3 prizes left. We can Artisan here, we get another Ralts down. And so again, we're just kind of baiting at this point for them to go after the Kirlia and the Ralts. So yeah, we go ahead and research because we need a little bit more. We don't get really anything here, unfortunately, but we do have Night Stretcher now, which won't really matter this turn. And we don't have Rare Candy in the hand anyways, so it wouldn't have made any difference. We wouldn't have been able to get Gardevoir out regardless this turn, unfortunately. So we're just kind of chasing... We're fake chasing Gardevoir. We really just want to be setting up damage on board here to kind of set up multiple KOs or like a win con condition for us. So again, out of nowhere, they have Ultra Ball, Rare Candy, Dusknoir. They didn't search for any of this, by the way. They just had 2 candies, 2 Night Stretcher, Dusknoir in hand, Ultra Ball in hand, Boss's Orders in hand. Pretty insane. So there goes our chance at a Gardevoir gone. But we do get TM Devo, which opens up an entire world of possibilities for us now. They're being super greedy here, though. So they get Arven. What I'm guessing was Arven was their last card in hand. I don't know what their top deck, what their last card in hand, or their whatever they got from prizes. I don't know what their prizes were. So Arven, they're going to go ahead and grab Super Rod and Air Balloon. They're going to Super Rod their Dusknoir line back in because they're super heavy on needing that to win the game. And then we're going to get screwed here. So like this item lock means that we have absolutely no chance to get Guardy out of the discard pile or anything to that matter. We can't do anything with it, literally at all. So I'm guessing they only run Skulls and Dusknoirs. They don't run Dusclops in this list, is what I would assume here. So they hit us with Itchy Pollen for 10. Now we can't really do anything, so all we have to do here is start getting the second monkey set up and then hit them with the TM Devolution. We don't even need to Adrenabrain right now. They have one card. We don't want to give them a card. Just hit them with a TM Devo. Big thing here is we put the Pidgeotto back into hand so they can't get Pidgeot out instantly here. They're gonna have to evolve to Pidgeotto first, or waste a rare candy, which means they can't get another Dusknoir out. They're gonna have a hard time getting a Dusknoir out. I guess they do play Clops because they end up using Grand Tree, but probably don't run a huge line of them. So Stretcher is going to get Frogadier back, which is good news for me. Tells me that they don't have Rare Candy in hand. So Pidgeotto and Frogadier are going back down. We know one of the last cards in hand is the Greninja. They Artisan for another Duskull here, and then the Itchy Pollen. So they did not get the Greninja down, which means now we can put it to the bottom of the deck. We can't use any countermeasures. We can set up the second Munkidori here. We can knock out the Budew because we have the damage now because they've given us 20 damage on Monkey. That clears up a knockout there. If they put up Greninja, or if they put up Frogadier, that'd be in danger. So they're going to put up Duskull here, which means we go down to one prize, and they can't use a Dusknoir next turn. So we're going to get the energy onto our backup Munkidori. We're not going to give them Mesagoza because that would be silly. If they flip heads on Mesagoza, then they just get Pidgeot and they get everything they want. So we don't want to give them anything like that next turn. We don't have to at this point. Artisan just gets some basics, which won't really change any of the board state. I'm thinking here at this point, because if they gust up anything, then I don't have energy in hand and I'm kind of cooked. But if that's the case, I guess YOLO. That's get another Iono here, and then we hit the Mind Bend. Go down to one prize. They could counter capture me at this point. But I think their play here is that they're going to forward Frogadier and try and paralyze me. They'll hit me with Numbing Water. I'm crossing my fingers that they couldn't get to their Greninja, which is on the bottom of their deck right now. I'm crossing my fingers they don't have any more Ball Search because they used most of their Ball Search. It's Colress Tenacity, so we're kind of in an unlucky situation. They're going to shuffle their deck here. They have Grand Tree. Grand Tree does not get them Greninja. I think that they were panicking on this one. I think they thought that Grand Tree would get them the Greninja, and they were sadly mistaken, and they could only grab the Dusclops Dusknoir, which they cannot use, or they lose the game. If they pop the Dusclops here, it's over. So the only chance that they have is to hit Numbing Water and paralyze me for a turn. And that means that I have one more chance to stop whatever is going to be happening here in their hands. So they obviously don't have Greninja, they don't have Pidgeot, they fail to paralyze, which means I can retreat here for free. We just go ahead and Earth and Vessel will take a look in the deck. I don't think I have any energy left anyways. We do not. Then we go ahead and use the Iono, put them back down to 2. We top decked something like crazy here that would have been nice, like Mew or something to get Mew back or something. That would have been nice, but now would have been the time to use it. Doesn't really matter. We can Adrenabrain 20 damage over to the Frogadier. Retreat into the Budew. Because we have the second Munkidori set up, we don't need to worry about any other energies. So this is going to stop them from being able to counter catch us now, because once they're item locked, they can't use counter catcher. They're going to have boss's orders. On 2 cards, going to have to be Greninja and Pidgeot for them to get the combo that they need to win the game on this turn. If they just get Greninja and no Pidgeot, they can hit my Budew in a single file, but they would need the Ignition Energy. And so they don't do anything here. They look like they passed their turn. They didn't take an action. I guess they closed their game at that point because we put their last Ignition Energy to the bottom of their deck with that Iono. Item locked them so they couldn't do anything. Mind Bend is going to take the knockout here on Frogadier. And that is how we win the game against this deck that got everything it needed without having access to Gardevoir the entire game. Pretty wild.